Yo, what is going on, boys? It is Maze and I'm back with another YouTube video today. Hopefully you guys are doing good. And today we are back with just a little bit of an Madden 21 update. This came out yesterday, I think, or yeah, I'm pretty sure it was one day ago. I know that for sure. I kind of just wanted to go over some of the details on the Madden 21 update. It's a franchise, the franchise mode update I really wanted to go over because that's kind of like one of my favorite modes. If you guys care about it, not too sure, but I just want to get a little bit into it, show you guys my thoughts, because I do want to come up with a few other franchise videos in the future. I was really thinking about it, like once I find the time to maybe do another rebuild or so. So if you want to see a certain team's rebuild, make sure to drop a comment down below. But before this video starts as well, before we get into this, make sure to drop a sub down below on the channel. If you want to see some more franchise stuff in the future, I will make sure to bring some franchise stuff. Also drop a like if you did enjoy this type of video. I don't usually do a lot of like reaction stuff. I mean, obviously I do the Cowboys games and the Cowboys content, but this is just kind of something different. If you guys want to go over some of the updates whenever they do come out, just let me know. I appreciate it. But yeah, so let's get right into it. There's like, it's pretty much listed in order and it gives a little bit of a description. I'm just going to show you how I feel and just kind of certain things on it. Any update is a good update for franchise since we don't get them very often, so I'm kind of happy that at least they're taking a look at it. And some of the updates actually are pretty solid. I kind of got like a little rundown, but I didn't really read through it that much. So the first thing is the dev trait regression tuning. This is kind of like a little bit like a small little thing that they added, but I actually think this is pretty viable for the actual game itself. I did enjoy seeing the description on this. It's pretty much just the fact that dev traits won't regress at like just a random rate and stuff like that. Like, you know how it usually goes from SAR, Superstar, X Factor. Players that get older won't just automatically lose those traits. It depends on how they're performing and certain things like that. It actually, like, you know, takes in statistics and stuff like that, so I do like that as well. And you can also turn off the dev trait regression, so like any player can have a good dev trait no matter what if you do turn that off. So I actually do enjoy that a lot. It's kind of like a small little thing, nothing too crazy, but I do kind of enjoy it, and some of you guys that play franchise might enjoy some of these things too. Like I said, most of these updates are actually just for players that really like franchise, not like really off the paper like crazy stuff. But yeah. The next thing is actually the playoff bracket. I do enjoy this a lot too. They never have had this in Madden. I don't know why. Like they may have had this in like previous Maddens that I didn't really know of, but all I know is that from my understanding they have not had this in Madden. I don't know what is so hard about it, but I actually do enjoy it. It's a small update, but it should have been in the game for a while, I'm not gonna lie. But it is pretty enjoyable. At least there's some kind of cool graphic. Before it was just like the schedule and stuff, and you kind of didn't really understand who you're gonna end up facing in the next week depending on who won. I don't know if anyone else has had that problem, but say you're playing a wild card game, you check the schedule, you don't really know which team you're going to end up facing, like depending on the games they win, if that makes sense, you know what I mean? So at least now you're going to understand like the seeding and stuff. I do kind of like that a lot as well. So it's just like a little thing. At least they have a graphic on it now, so that's really nice. The next thing, this is probably one of the bigger things that I've seen on all of, you know, the updates and stuff. So they actually have career stats right now. That's crazy. I mean, they've always had certain career stats. Like you can see their full career stats, but you can never go season by season. So that's actually a big deal. I really do enjoy that a lot. The fact that they actually implemented the stats into the game. This should have been a no-brainer from the beginning as well. I've said this before. This shows a couple screenshots if you guys want to see it. But as you can see, Lamar Jackson stats. You can see all of Tom Brady stats every single year. Mark Ingram they're showing as well. This is probably one of the bigger deals. I know it's nothing crazy. It's not that big of a deal. But just to see like these season stats, it's just nice. It's kind of like, you know, it's pretty satisfactory for a franchise player. I know a lot of players kind of enjoy this, especially when you're not just doing like a regular franchise. Like even if you're just doing like an actual career mode, it's nice to see the season stats as you go to. Just I don't know, it's just a weird little thing that we kind of enjoy. Franchise players do enjoy. So I'm really glad that they finally added this after such a long time for asking for it. It's actually crazy that they did. But I guess it's kind of self-explanatory. You can just see season by season now, so that's really nice. I like that a lot. Now there's X Factor customization. I thought that this was kind of already a thing, but I suppose not. I think now that you can actually go into players no matter who they are, and you can change up their X Factors and you can change up their abilities and such, which I actually do like that. Obviously, this is good for customization reasons. If you just want to mess around and add like different things, like add freaking escape artist to Tom Brady, why not? You know what I mean? I do enjoy that, of course. It's kind of fun for like when you're playing with your friends or even just doing stuff on your own. At least you can kind of customize the X Factor stuff. That's pretty nice. I've never been a big fan of abilities since they came out. I never really liked them. I don't really like the idea that like most players need abilities to actually be good in Madden. Now, I don't really like that idea. I mean, you guys might disagree, but it's kind of just me. Now, commissioners will be able to edit any Superstar X Factor abilities, anything just in general. You can actually now edit that, so that's pretty nice. I like that. Obviously, there are still the overall requirements, as you see right here. Obviously, there's still stuff like that. Like, you know, you're not just gonna be able to throw an X Factor on a 60 overall. But any players that actually are able to get the certain X Factors are available to actually just switch around whatever X Factors. So that's pretty nice. I do enjoy that. There's also certain retirement improvements that they're showing. So now it's kind of just like a little page that shows you retirements now. You don't have to like guess who retires at the end of the season or like go through the transactions. You can at least see now that it just shows your retirements. It's nothing too crazy, but it's kind of just more enjoyable to understand who retires. And as you can see on the transaction log, you can go through retired. You can see all the players that ended up retiring after their respective seasons. Those are kind of the bigger changes. Then on to like some of the smaller changes. So there's personnel logic improvements now. So apparently there had been problems where teams would have two first overall picks, two first round picks, and they would end up drafting, say they needed a QB, they would actually just end up drafting two quarterbacks in the first round, which is really unrealistic. Like, a team is not going to draft two quarterbacks in the first round. Just because they need a quarterback, they're not going to draft two of them in the first round. I mean, they might draft one in the first round, one in the fifth, but they're not going to draft two first-round quarterbacks. It's just unrealistic. So I think that's what they're fixing, just more draft logic and just personnel logic in general. I'm assuming it's going to go along with free agency as well. Teams aren't just going to sign willy-nilly or draft willy-nilly depending on whatever they're actually going to be. It's going to be based on what the team actually needs. Now you can actually undo free agency signings. I think this is pretty cool as well. Nothing too crazy, but I think this is also pretty nice. In leagues with their friends and stuff where there's like certain rules on free agency and then like people will end up just not following the rules and kind of breaking up the league. This is pretty nice. It kind of gives the commissioner better control under free agency and what you can do. I think it's more for friendly leagues. I mean, obviously this could be pretty stupid for, doing the stuff yourself. You could just rig and get all the players yourself. I mean, I guess that's pretty fun sometimes as well. But in general, so this next thing is the team override settings. If you guys know what that means, it's just the commissioner actually has control over, setting these settings up. So this is pretty good for certain people that actually have like different skill levels in a franchise. So say there's like people that are really good and some people that are just really bad, they're friends. You can kind of switch that around and make it a more level playing field, if that makes sense. I kind of do enjoy that. It's just little things, but it's just stuff that should have been already a thing. So this is pretty nice. I do like that. So the next thing is commissioner draft tools. This is pretty nice because it's just, someone might not be able to make the draft. This is, like I said, this is kind of for players that play with their friends. And this is just saying that you can just assign an autopilot during the draft. Nothing too crazy. It's kind of just if people aren't able to make the draft or like certain things, you can like pause and resume, stuff like that. It's kind of just better so you don't have to wait out the time. Anytime someone needs the draft and they're not there for it, you can just like autopilot. It's kind of like a football fantasy draft if you guys have ever done that. If someone isn't there for one of their picks, they just go auto drafted. And then the last thing is the play cooldown and repeat play limits. I do like this. This is actually really, really nice. I would like this a lot. So in the reaction on the Forbes, it said he would never play in a league that tried to limit how often I called a play. It sounds pretty stupid. I know for pro players it's pretty stupid as well, but I think when you're kind of just in a friendly franchise, you're just trying to mess around, you just play games and stuff, you're not really going crazy trying to like win a MCS championship or anything like that. But I think play cooldown and repeat play limits are very nice for someone that runs the same play over and over again, thinking every game is the last game they're ever going to play in their life. I do enjoy this a lot. At least the commissioner has some kind of stakes on hand for something like this. Obviously, you don't need to set this up, so it's not like it's a big deal if it's in the game or not, but as long as it's actually there just in case, there's certain people kind of glitching the lobby, doing whatever dumb stuff like that. For right now, that actually is the full update on the franchise mode. I do enjoy that a lot. If you guys want to go over the screenshots real quick, this is the playoff bracket again. These are the player cards for the career stats, as you can see throughout every single year. And then these are just the retirement improvements. So this is going to come out at the end of whenever the Super Bowl ends, the off season. You'll see this now, and you can see the retired players in the transaction log now. So pretty nice. some good things that, you know, at least some kind of improvements are actually being made. I think some of them are actually pretty big improvements that we've been waiting for a while, so at least we're kind of content. Hopefully they keep doing this stuff throughout the year. They come out with certain updates that make franchise a little bit better, just to make it more fun and more playable, more fresh. It's been the same for the last 3 years, so I haven't really enjoyed that. But if you guys enjoy that, hopefully, you know, hopefully we just keep coming up with some ideas. But yeah, like I said, that's pretty much it. You guys understood all of the actual updates for franchise mode right now that is coming out. If you guys just update your game, it should be in the game now. But yeah, guys, I might make some more franchise videos in the future for some rebuilds. If you guys have certain teams that I want to do, or just like certain challenges in general, I might try it out. But if you guys did enjoy, make sure to drop a like down below on the video. I really do appreciate it, guys. Any kind of help gets my videos out there. And also, make sure to drop a sub down below if you want to see some more content in the future, some more Madden content. I do drop some football content as well. If you guys enjoy that, make sure to drop a sub down below to never miss a video. Really do appreciate it, boys. Hopefully, you guys have a good one. I'll see y'all in the next one, and peace.